City last night with Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman opening up the show. They got a very decent promo. I think I'm very excited to see what this group is going to be doing next. As in murdering other wrestlers, as you will find out. Seth said this is the vision of the future. Braun Breaker is the future. This is how we're going to get to the top of the company. I'm already enjoying this little group. It's the best thing on Raw so far, but they had to be interrupted by somebody. Now that somebody was going to be the returning Sami Zayn, who returned last week to celebrate with Jey Uso. And I think Seth thought, I think Sami's going to come and celebrate me, how I got my big win at WrestleMania. Yeah, no, he didn't. He wasn't very happy. Sami basically called out Seth for being a Fatimi version of the Bloodline, trying to be like Roman Reigns and CM Punk, trying to lead a group like all of this stuff. Paul Heyman, and called Braun Breaker Seth's little dog. Yeah, that was never going to end well. I knew Sami's career was officially done when he called Braun Breaker a little dog. To be fair, Sami made some very decent points actually during his whole promo about Seth and all of like the ego and everything, and how Seth is basically acting like Roman, how he wants to be the group lead and all this stuff. It kind of brings me back to 2020 Seth when he was like leading that Messiah group, but they're going for it again, and with Paul Heyman by his side, it's a lot better. But Sami pointed out, like, you've got the enforcer Braun Breaker, you've got you as a Roman, and you got your little wise man. It kind of is the same thing as the Bloodline. Seth then gave Sami a choice to join them or to take a pass to go to SmackDown because he doesn't want to hurt Sami Zayn. Bullshit, as we'll find out later on. Sami Zayn is given to the end of the night to make a decision, basically threatened by Seth, and Braun Breaker wants to kill Sami. Sami decides he's going to give the decision in the night, but also tells Braun Breaker if he doesn't stop staring at him, he's going to punch his teeth down his throat. Good promo by Sami, honestly, he's got a good promo in him every time. Seth gives him time, says, right, we're going to go. Braun just stares him down, and this will lead into the main event segment of Raw. Honestly, Heyman, by the way, hugging Braun and also, like, giving Braun a massage was hilarious. While Seth and Sami were going at each other, it was brilliant. Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez was next. Honestly, this was a perfect debut kind of match for Roxanne. I know she had her first match, technically, when she faced Raquel on Raw. But this was a really good match. It was obviously interrupted by Julia, who seems to have now been called up with Roxanne Perez to Monday Night Raw. Now, I'm going to assume this is to replace the fact that Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair are going to need to take some time off. Bianca Belair is injured, and Liv Morgan is taking time off to film a big Hollywood film, which we'll get into as well. But yeah, Julia would come out, try and distract Rhea Ripley. Roxanne would nearly get the win. Julia would then cause a DQ, and that would lead Io Sky to come out to try and help Rhea Ripley. And I think I would say Julia and Roxanne as a team is not something I thought I'd see, because they were literally enemies a couple of months ago. But it's really quite cool, you know, them being heels, cool team together. I like it. A lot of people thought maybe Cora Jade be the one called up Roxanne. I don't think Cora's ready yet. Is it possible we get Rhea and Io versus the team of Roxanne Perez and Julia at Backlash? I'm not quite sure, because I think Backlash is set already, because we'll get into matches. We've already got Cena versus Randy, but what else are we going to get at Backlash? Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day had a backstage segment where JD McDonald didn't tell Finn Balor that he was returning last week. Yeah, a bit weird, I can't lie. They're not going to split up this group for a while as well, because Liv's taking a break. It's very weird, actually. I know I've seen a lot of people saying, Dom's going to cheat on Liv and blah blah and storyline. They do realise they have money. WWE realise they've got money from this group, as in Liv and Dom. So I don't know why they would break them up, because Liv's going away. But I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, that's going to happen because of this was when Rhea went away. But we'll see. I think Rhea went away at one point before and Dom didn't do anything. Logan Paul would come out to call out Jey Uso. Yeah, we're getting Jey Uso versus Logan Paul at Backlash. Oh, I would rather watch paint dry, but I'm sure it'll be a good match. And yeah, Jey needs to win a match, but at the same time, bloody hell, his promo's boring as hell. Yeah, Logan Paul said, because I beat AJ Styles, I won a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso come out, and Jey Uso came out. There was a cute moment with Jey and the cancer survivor, and that was really cool actually. Yeah, then we got Jey super kicking Logan Paul, saying, "I'm not gonna give you this after I've been waiting 15 years for this championship." Understandable. No one wants to give it to Logan Paul. We're doing Jey Logan Paul at Backlash. Yay! Penta would cost JD McDonough the Judgment Day against the War Raiders in a tag team number 1 contendership match for them against the New Day. The New Day were on commentary in this match, and they were very funny on commentary actually. I really enjoyed the little comments they said. I just a bit annoyed JD got pinned, but then I didn't want Finn Balor getting pinned again. So yeah, the War Raiders have their rematch. Sami Zayn was sitting backstage, and then Paul Heyman tried to tell him that he's got a favour from Seth. That if Sami moved over to SmackDown, he'll be the number 1 contender for whoever wins that Backlash between John Cena and Randy Orton. This would lead into the main event segment perfectly. Becky Lynch would come out and get straight down to business. She attacked Bayley. She has no remorse for attacking Bayley because Bayley attacked her for 6 years straight. Honestly, I see where Becky's coming from. She said she was trying to stop Lyra from being with that bitch. And that would have infuriated Lyra, and Lyra would eventually come out. Now, this was a big moment for Lyra to see if she can go on the mic against one of the people like Becky Lynch. She got a very good promo, honestly. Bayley had apparently told Lyra that this was what Becky was going to do, but Lyra didn't want to believe it. Lyra then went straight in with the whole things about, I beat you at NXT, is that why you're walking out the ring, because you know I'm the better wrestler than you. And then they had a little brawl, and it was really quite cool, and I'm excited for this match between them. I think Becky should lose. Lyra then got blindsided by Becky on the entrance ramp. So I'm very interested to see what this, but they are going to be fighting for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at Backlash, which for the first time ever since the big titles were introduced, they're on a pay-per-view. Hallelujah. Will Lyra beat Becky? I don't know, but she needs to win, in my opinion. I know that she beat her at NXT, so a lot of people think, oh, Becky's going to win this. I don't think Becky needs to win. Stephanie McMahon faced Ivy Nile in a very good match. I think Ivy Nile should be put on TV a lot more because she's actually quite good. Stephanie got a great reaction as well. It's interesting that they keep bringing these NXT superstars over to Raw. Again, I think it is to replace Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair. And I know people saying that Rhea was taking some time off, but she's not, so shut up. Stephanie with Becky would beat Ivy Nile. Solid match. I don't know what Stephanie's going to be doing next, but we'll see. So yes, the bombshell announcement. So during the whole day, there was a rumour that Liv Morgan was having something big happening in her career next week. And that was revealed to be she's going to be a major star in a Hollywood movie. And some people think, oh, maybe it's a storyline, because why would WWE accounts post about it? But I don't think it is a storyline. I genuinely think Liv has got a major role in Hollywood. So, with that being said, how long is Liv away for? What's going to happen with the tag team championships now? Because they didn't have to relinquish them last night. We'll have to wait till next week. But congratulations, Liv. Also, we're setting up Dom versus AJ for the Intercontinental Championship. But yeah, big congratulations to Liv. I'm very happy for that, and I know she deserves it. Karrion Kross will try and get in ahead of Sami Zayn yet again. We need Karrion on TV more, though. Pat McAfee versus Gunther has been made official for WWE Backlash. Why? We're going to have one women's match? So the Backlash card is John Cena versus Randy Orton, Logan Paul versus Jey Uso, Pat McAfee versus Gunther, Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. Banger match. And that's it? I'm going to assume there's one more match coming. Maybe US title match, maybe the Rhea and Io versus Julia and Roxanne match, maybe the women's champion Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax. Yeah, it's not looking like the greatest pay-per-view I've ever seen. If it's going to be 5 matches, it's not looking amazing. Then it would come down to it. What is Sami Zayn's decision? Sami Zayn's decision was very, very simple. Seth Rollins, go to hell. He would call out the fact that Seth is saying he's his friend and everything, but really he's just manipulating him. He's always been a brilliant person at manipulating. He would call out all the things that Seth knew that Sami wanted a world championship shot. It's the one thing Sami Zayn really wants the most, and Seth would dangle that in front of him to try and get him to run away from things. But Sami said he doesn't run away from things, and this annoyed Seth. The response from Sami was brilliant. And you can see the face on Seth. He's like, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to do it. Seth tried one more time to convince Sami to take the way out, to go to SmackDown, to get that championship shot. But Sami was sticking with his guns. Maybe a bit stupid, but he was like, no. I know what you're doing here, and I'm not falling for it. You know that I want a championship shot. I'm going to do it my own way. I'm going to do it the right way. Sami's aiming for the World Championship 2026. Please, win the Rumble, Sami. I feel like this is where we need to go. Sami Zayn ends up becoming World Champion. If this storyline continues for a year, Sami ends up being the ultimate winner. It's smart being Sami the first person used in the feud against this group as well. Well, I say used, he got murdered basically, but we'll get into that. Sami was defiant. No, he's like, no, I'm not taking your offer. I don't run away from things. So Seth, as a friend, I respect you, but as an in-ring wrestler, you can go to hell. Bang! Bron Breaker's music hits. R.I.P. Sami Zayn, it was nice knowing you. I didn't realise this was actually setting up a match. So because Sami said no, Bron versus Sami was official for the main event. Bang! Bron Breaker killed Sami Zayn. I think it was 5 spears. So hit 1 spear in the ring, good spear. Sami got up, bang, another spear. Sami then goes over to Seth, and Seth's like, you can take the way out. It didn't have to be like this. Just take the way out. Take the damn way out. Sami goes defiantly, but basically out of breath, go to hell again. So Bron Breakker spears him again. Sami then gets taken by like referees on the outside. Seth does like the Rock cut throat thing. And Sami Zayn gets speared again. A super spear by Bron Breakker. Sami then gets put into the ring. The ref rings the bell. Sami's basically dead. And Seth Rollins hits a stomp after saying all this shit about, oh, we need to be compassionate. It then goes, he made his choice. He needs to lay in his bed and suffer. And Seth lines up the stomp. And my God, did Sami's face hit that mat bad. So yeah, Sami Zayn basically got murdered on live TV. A week after returning. This new group is ridiculously strong. And who's going to stop them? I know there's reports that CM Punk is going to be doing every single pay-per-view this year. So that would mean Backlash. Which would mean him versus Bron Breakker. Or him and Roman teaming up against Seth and Bron Breakker. But Backlash is next Saturday. If they go with the 5-match card, it's going to be the US title that's going to be added. If they're not going with that, it's going to be like a 7-match card. There could be the Roman Reigns and CM Punk team up. But I think they were wrote off TV last week on Raw because they basically got murked. But with Backlash being next Saturday, it doesn't give you much time to build to the feud unless they're going to do something with this group on SmackDown. You could have a return of Cody Rhodes. I'm not calling that thing out. You could have that happen. We still don't know if there's going to be a third man, as in a third wrestler. I know Heyman's there. I thought Sami Zayn would actually be one of the third men. But no, he was just a sacrificial lamb to be murdered by Bron Breakker. I think Bron is definitely the future, obviously. Maybe Bron versus Punk is the match at Backlash. I think the main event is going to be Cena versus Randy, so I don't know how you can't have Seth on Backlash if he's not going to main event, because this whole group is crazy powerful now. They have the power to give Sami Zayn a title shot against flipping Cena or Randy. If I was Sami also, I probably would have taken the route to SmackDown personally. He has basically just put himself up for murder. But it was a really good show. I don't know how you could ever top a Raw like last week's one. This was never going to top it. But it was good. It was very good. And that is my review. So thank you all for watching. And I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.